Acumatica 2021 R1 includes Cross Company Sales Enhancements that automatically create all relevant documents to minimize the time it takes to enter orders and perform transactions between related companies. Today, we're going to walk through an example with a company with a French-Canadian branch in Quebec that handles production and a U.S. branch that handles sales. Starting with the Canadian company, you can see that all screens are in French. Now in 2021 R1, we can see the French description and then see the English translation of the description with a click and without leaving the screen. The enhancements in the new release are not just limited to language, however. You can now transact with Canadian banks using EFT and leverage pre-configured tax calculations for Canadian back taxes.
Moving over to the U.S. branch, I'll be acting as a purchasing manager overseeing purchases from the Canadian entity. First, I'll initiate a purchase order from my dashboard using the new link tile in 2021 R1. On the PO record, I'll use the Canadian branch as my vendor. I can then automate the process of creating intercompany documents between these two companies. Now I'll add the items to be purchased and save in to place the PO.
Back on the Canadian side, I'll be acting as a shipping manager. I can see that the order arrived in our orders to ship with the customer listed as the U.S. East branch. All pricing, calculations, and taxes are calculated as they would be for any other customer, but the background accounting will process them as intercompany transactions. Next, I'll create the shipment. This is a normal process, possibly leveraging Acumatica WMS to pick, pack, and ship the items and then confirm it. Here, I could use an automated process to create the invoice. All of this was possible in previous versions of Acumatica, but with the new intercompany transactions capabilities, we can do it faster and save time on these transactions.
Back in the US, we'll use automated processes to generate necessary documents for these transactions. We have two new processing screens in 2021 R1, Generate Intercompany Purchase Receipts and Generate Intercompany Documents screen. Both of these processes can be put on a schedule and automated so they can run in the background and receipts can be generated automatically. Now we'll move to the Receiving Clerk dashboard. When a new PO arrives, we can drill down our incoming shipments. From the receipt record, we'll begin to process that receipt from the Canadian entity. In order to do that, we need to remove the receipt from hold and release it. Now we can see the link to the intercompany sale. We'll use the automated intercompany document generation tool to prepare the necessary accounts payable bill in the Canadian entity, along with the necessary invoice for the U.S. entity to pay. We can process it with a click or set it up to process automatically behind the scenes. These new tools will save Acumatica users time when processing documents and make it easier to run a multi-entity business. To learn more about cross-company sales enhancements in Acumatica 2021 R1 or any other Acumatica capabilities, contact us today.